Na gut. Jetzt geht es um Mobilität oder vielmehr die Zukunft der Mobilität. Wird es wirklich so sein, dass wir alle vernetzte Autos haben? Wollen wir das? Können wir selber noch einparken oder muss das für uns getan werden? Wo geht die Reise hin? Fragen, die wir jetzt stellen werden und beantworten wollen. Der Mann, der die Fragen stellt, hat mir im Vorfeld gesagt, man könnte ihn Transportation Geek nennen. Also er interessiert sich sehr dafür. Martin Randelhoff stellt die Fragen an den CEO von der Daimler AG, an Dieter Zetsche. Bitte schön.
Moment. Jetzt das nächste. Here we go. Advertisement, sorry, it's a car too. Wrong car.
Ist auch schön, oder? Mit so einem Tusch. Wunderbar. Ich habe eingangs zitiert, was ein Journalist der FAZ geschrieben hat im Jahr 2005, dass die Einführung der neuen S-Klasse einem Jahrhundertereignis gleicht oder sogar eins ist. Wie oft durften Sie in Ihrer Karriere einem solchen Jahrhundertereignis schon beiwohnen?
5-mal. Jetzt bitte keine falschen Rückschlüsse ziehen. Sie haben ja vorhin schon gesagt, häufiger kommt es vor als das Jahrhundert. Nein, das ist natürlich oft. Auf der anderen Seite, wenn man bedenkt, 37 Jahre bin ich in dem Unternehmen und in Summe waren das dann ganze 5 Tage wie der heutige mit dieser Bedeutung, Vorfreude, Spannung und das Wissen, dass jede neue S-Klasse ein Meilenstein ist. Zwar nicht nur für Mercedes, sondern zumindest von unserer Zielsetzung her für den Automobilbau generell.
Dauert es denn tatsächlich immer ungefähr 8 Jahre, bis man so viele Innovationen parat hat und so viele Ideen, dass das Auto dann da steht? Oder sagen Sie auch so ein bisschen künstliche Verknappung, nicht zu oft neue Modelle, dann ist der Hype größer?
Also die Autos sind so unglaublich gut, dass es wahnsinnig schade wäre, die weniger als mindestens 8 Jahre zu genießen. Und insofern schon von der Seite, wir könnten auch schneller entwickeln, aber wenn wir uns diese Zeit geben, dann kommt natürlich auch noch was Besonderes raus.
Sie haben gerade gesagt, die Autos sind so unwahrscheinlich gut. Ich gehe davon aus, dass Sie auch einen Mercedes fahren, möglicherweise sogar eine S-Klasse.
Überwiegend, ja.
Wie ist das denn? Ich habe mir auch sagen lassen, dass Sie die Testfahrten und die Probefahrten teilweise selbst übernehmen, um mal so ein Gefühl zu bekommen. Wie fährt sich die neue S-Klasse?
Ich weiß nicht, was Sie unter Übernehmen verstehen, aber ich bin dabei. Und die neue
Sie fahren gar nicht selber, sitzen daneben an oder wie?
Ja, natürlich fahre ich, aber deswegen nicht die Testfahrt übernommen. Das macht der Thomas Weber, der ist der Chef von der Testfahrt, aber ich bin dabei. Und das macht natürlich einen Riesenspaß. Und natürlich haben wir sie schon häufiger gefahren, jüngst die sogenannte Abnahmefahrt. Das heißt, da haben wir am Ende das Gütesiegel aufgebracht, haben gesagt, das Auto ist super, das kann jetzt zum Kunden. Und das war vor 2-3 Wochen in Spanien.
Ein sehr guter Freund von mir, das ist eine wahre Geschichte, der ist quasi verliebt in das Geräusch einer sich schließenden Mercedes-Tür. Muss keine S-Klasse sein. Ich will jetzt nicht unbedingt von Fetischen sprechen, aber was sind Ihre Vorlieben beim Mercedes?
Also zunächst mal muss ich sagen, Sie haben gute Freunde, er versteht was vom Automobil. Sicherlich, Sie werden mich jetzt sonderlich anblicken, ist es auch für mich ein Genuss, ein schönes Schließen wie eine Tresortür von der S-Klasse zu hören. Aber es ist der Geruch, wenn ich einsteige, es ist das Gefühl, coming home, wenn ich mich hineinsetze in das Fahrzeug und dann einfach der Rausch für alle Sinne, insbesondere in der neuen S-Klasse.
Die neue S-Klasse, ich will jetzt nicht zu viel verraten, wir hören gleich noch eine Präsentation, aber hat einen Autopiloten, habe ich mir erklären lassen, der im Stop-and-Go-Verkehr komplett übernimmt. Ist es nicht merkwürdig, das so abzugeben, die Verantwortung?
Also es gibt auch andere Felder, wie beispielsweise beim Skifahren, wo der Spaß nicht darin liegt, am Lifthäuschen zu warten, sondern die Piste runterzufahren. Und so ist es auch beim Autofahren. Natürlich, das, was wirklich schön ist im Autofahren, das werden wir auf alle Zeiten dem Fahrer oder der Fahrerin überlassen, wenn sie oder er es denn gerne möchte. Aber das, was manchmal auch lästig ist, das nehmen wir gerne ab.
Und wer fährt besser, Sie oder der Autopilot?
Also ich fahre individueller.
Okay. Jetzt so ganz individuell, können Sie sich noch an Ihre erste S-Klasse erinnern?
Ja, allerdings muss ich sagen, es war nicht meine erste S-Klasse, sondern das war das Fahrzeug von Paul VI., Papst Paul VI. Und ich weiß noch, ich war 12 Jahre alt und habe dieses Papstmobil gesehen und war fasziniert. Das war damals formal noch keine S-Klasse, aber mich hat vielmehr die Frage beschäftigt, wie ich es schaffen könnte, selbst mal in so einem Auto zu sitzen, ohne unbedingt Papst werden zu müssen. Aber ich habe eine ganz gute Lösung gefunden.
Und ich würde sagen, Sie haben sich geschickt um das Zölibat herumgedrückt. Dankeschön, die Bühne gehört Ihnen.
Vielen
Bis
Dank, ich
gleich.
weiß warum.
You said it already. Well, that's enough now. Now it's your presentation, and you know what? Let's make it our presentation. Now, why did I show you this? Because didn't really give you that much time on the Martin Tralala thing, because you talked for 1 hour there. Really great, really outgoing and spontaneous, really cool. You know, there was a guy there, and now here was Judith Racker, right? She's great. You know, she's like on the news too. Two different people on the news. She's like, I don't know how the hell that's possible. You know, to be like that. She's like a robot, and then when she's in her talk show or like on stage like this, she's cool. You know, she's really cool, and she, you know, scratched a little bit on you, and the way you reacted there. You know, there's a way of saying things, and then there's a way of saying things. Now you said all the right things. You know, when she, you know, mentioned that you know you like to test drive, and of course she mentioned something about you personal that she knew, and maybe she should have asked you that question for you to be able to say this. Maybe it would have come out differently. I don't know. The way it went, you know, you said, no, I don't test drive, you know, there's somebody else there. It's like, how is she supposed to know this? She's in show business, and you are, you know, the leader of the gang in Stuttgart. You know, Thomas Weber is, he seems like he's a real good pal of yours. You know, you're funny together, so that's cool. That's really cool. And I don't really know, you know, when you're on stage there, this is you alone, and then of course you have a whole apparatus there behind you. You know, Thomas Weber being one of them. I wonder what they say to you. You know, for you to be so scared to feel good about test driving your own cars. You know, why don't you take responsibility for it and say, yes, I love to test drive our cars. What's wrong with that? You know, everybody would like through the screen hug you and say, you're a great guy, you're with your product, you're with everything. And you know, somebody comes and you know, cuddles you, tries to cuddle you, and you push her away. And then, you know, she scratches you, of course, and wow, now the claws come out, you know, with, what did she scratch you with? She scratched you actually with the test driving, so that was really bad. And can be learned a little, you know, to smoothen that up a little bit. And of course, there's a whole wellness industry out there, you know, to come back to love and the happy ending kind of thing, you know. If we come out with me, you know, you and I, and change the world, because it can be changed. I know it is already changing. We got to give it a little bit more of a kick. So that everybody gets included and everybody has a chance, because that is possible. It really is. Not with politics, not with what we know, you know, capitalism, communism, Marxism, Daimlerism. We gotta change a lot, and maybe we even change the word love, because that too has so, you know, such a myth attached to it that, boy, if I say this word in court or in business, you know, it's walls come up and oh my God, you're getting too close, and then you don't even listen to the message anymore that people try to share. And you know, what do you do with your feelings when you go to work, or when you're at work probably like 24/7. So what do you do with your feelings? You park them outside or something? What do you do with that? Because they're there. We're born with them. And of course, a lot of it, our system, you know, kicked right out of us again. So now we can't feel this thing that's trying to reach us, you know. And hey, I wasn't always like this, you know. I was like everybody else too in that system. And I had my challenges in life with my family. And so told you, the thing will tell me, well, it's not if I sit here and say, you know, and the thing will tell me what to tell you next. I need to move, and then it comes to me. You know, And I used to think it's my thoughts, it's really the thing's thoughts, and you know, that's actually the beauty of it, because suddenly my thoughts are not my thoughts, but I know them all. It's like being in somebody else's head, or heart, or body, or soul, you know. It's like, if I don't say that what I'm thinking is mine anymore, then suddenly, you know, I'm not alone anymore, and I have a conversation. And as I have this conversation with myself, I know that's the thing. And then sometimes, you know, I also say, no, I'm not going to do that. And I get the impulses. Sometimes, you're right, you're absolutely right, don't do it, you're absolutely right. And then sometimes I say, well, you know what, you will. And then I will eventually. This is how it goes. And how this happens, you know, is I can only share it with you like this now, and if I would actually speak with you, then I will feel you, I will know who you are, I know your responses, and then I can get back to you, and then I can show you how you can get into that exact same place. And knowing how this thing wants to guide us. Do you know how much in this world right now, how much money is in that? How much you can earn? Because I tell you, your infrastructure with the even for the CO2, I think it's called, right, where we need pumps. You say it costs billions, and it's economically viable because it's also feasible, and you know, nice words, all wonderful. We won't need it. We won't need it. So there's a reason also why it's not happening now. I'm not really sure if you know why it's not happening, or if it's just, you know, me wanting to tell you that there's a different way, because everything will come to you through me, and it will also come to you. That is one thing that I feel I needed to tell you, although there was no time in the last clip where I tried to explain that. It'll come to you too, because the thing knows your thoughts. So if you're not here and mean that you want the change to happen and for the greater good, and you want actually this sustainability, it knows exactly when you're not wanting it. But if you want to escape again and say, I'm all business and I'm all for my clients who are in the upper class, and that's it. Now, Wohlfahrtverein is that class, and everybody else too. Isn't that cool? And it is possible, and you will be economically viable and technically feasible way more than you are right now. That I can promise you. And so one thing I would still want to add, because you know we need to come down to earth, to the normal stuff. See, this is what I made. This is the most amazing soup, and I cook usually like for 4 or 5 days. Then I just warm it up. It's right now in the system it's efficient, and you know, then I don't need to cook like for it's also time saving, so I don't have to do it over and over and over again. So this is like asparagus, which is the season right now. You know, everybody eats that in Germany. And then I have a lot of Chinese things in there, and then also the vegan soy milk. And so, you know, I mix food and ideas from all cultures and create something totally new. And that we could call WoManITy in PaMacKiLAnD Cafe. You know, we could do something like that in your Daimler museum, in a restaurant, and bring all this new stuff. I create the most amazing recipes, and they're easily done. They're simple, and the most amazing taste. Like, you would not believe it's so simple out there. There's a lot of vegan stuff going on, but then it's so elaborate again that people get scared that they can't do it. And this is what I would suggest for Daimler to offer. You know, Daimler style, simple for everybody to copy. And you would not believe how much more ideas I have to you know, to make it economically viable for Daimler, and to bring this new idea, to this change. You know, then you don't follow the change going on outside. You bring the change to everybody else, and that's your pioneering spirit, isn't it? I mean, this is what you want. This is why the thing wants you. You know, and I know that you pride yourself in it, and rightfully so. And I'll bring you more. Happy birthday, sir, and let's talk. No marriage, you know, just business, please.